An agent that does and can do is what we are looking at today. Agent Zero. I'm not paid by the Agent Zero team, but full disclosure, I do hold some of their token, so there may be some bias and you should always do your own digging. I'm Tristan, and today we are looking at Agent Zero, a framework designed around autonomy, model agnostic, and the ability to do things. It is on GitHub. You can go and please do star and take a look at the project. They recently launched their token on Base. And today we're going to just be looking at an overview of Agent Zero, and we're going to do some follow-on videos for configuration, use cases, and a journey. If you're interested in seeing what it can do and have got some ideas of what it should be used for, please do let me know. We are going to be tinkering. The underlying capability of this framework is that it can act as its own agent, Agent Zero, and then spin up subordinates as needed to go and complete the tasks. It could have the top agent as a planner, for example, and then it can spin up something to go and do some research using a browser tool, another agent to go and write an article, another agent to write some code, depending on the task at hand that it's going to go and do. And it can do this based on not just obviously the knowledge it has within the model, but also its own memory and instruments that you can build and extend within the actual framework itself. It's got hierarchical brains and a single thread chat. It can run against OpenAI, Anthropic, all the usual APIs, as well as your Ollama models. And indeed, you can split models for different tasks as well. It is open source, so you can go and fork it, amend it, contribute to it. There's an active Discord community where you can get help. There is X account that you can follow for that information, but Discord tends to be where most of us hang out and talk about it. Some use cases might be around a market research hive. One bot can grab stats, another can filter noise, a third can draft an executive summary. It can do a self-updating knowledge base where it can monitor your repo. When the README changes, then an editor bot can refresh the knowledge base, a 3-bot writer's room, a role-playing room, all the way through to the founder and lead developer of the project has actually used Agent Zero to recover lost crypto. So as we look at the GitHub, you can see you've got their links to their website, and you've also got the key features, the general purpose assistant. It's not pre-programmed, so there is a lot of fun to be had when we're working through the prompts and the behaviors and all those sorts of things. It has persistent memory for previous solutions, instructions, and those sorts of things. But the key thing is that it's using the computer as a tool. So within that Docker container, the virtual environment, but then if you want it to be going out of there and you want it to SSH into another computer, then you can do. Through to the multi-agent cooperation, they can all leverage the same tools, additional instruments, and then they are completely customizable and extensible. The communication is key. Of course, everyone's going to have access to the models. So how you use them is going to be the difference in the future, and this framework is no difference. The big difference here is it is completely transparent. The only framework that I'm aware of that gives this level of transparency in terms of how it interacts is Agency Swarm. When you look at Crew AI and things like that, then they have lockdown prompts, and then you can't change everything. In here you can, but of course with that capability comes a considerable bit of danger as well. Different examples of the things that people have suggested you can build: development projects, data analysis, content creation, using it as a system admin. I've been playing with the system admin one quite a bit, using it to administer a Raspberry Pi. Very, very capable, doing different research as well. It's installed using Docker. We will do an episode on that, and supports text to speech and speech to text, and is customizable depending on which modules you want to use for that, for your embeddings and all those sorts of things. It is prompt based. You'll see all of that as we go through it. There's some really great documentation on here, but of course the proof it will be in the usage and in the pudding. The development is active. So the most recent update to this was, or the most recent release was pushed 3 weeks ago. If you want to see Agent Zero in action, chaos, brilliance, and maybe a few explosions along the way, hit subscribe. Tell us what wild use cases you want to see next.